All right, everybody, welcome to another deep dive. AI is everywhere these days, and it seems
Mhm.
like everyone's talking about it. So we thought
Yeah,
it was time to really dig into it.
absolutely.
So today, we're looking at this really interesting discussion from Tech Talks today,
Mhm.
and they're tackling the big question is AI, friend or foe?
Right, like hero or villain.
Exactly. And
Okay.
and I think, we're all kind of grappling with that right now. It's like AI is this
Sure.
super powerful thing, and it's got so much potential. But it's also kind of scary.
For sure, for sure. I mean, it's already changing our lives in ways we probably don't even realize yet.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
And that's what I thought was so interesting about this discussion is like they really highlight how AI is
Mm.
already all around us. Like think about when you're
Oh, yeah.
shopping online and you get those like personalized recommendations.
Yeah, those are all algorithms, right? And
Exactly, that's AI.
yeah, that's AI working
Yeah,
right there.
working behind the scenes. And it's not just like, creepy stuff, it's actually doing some really cool things too.
Absolutely. I mean, like in the medical field, it's making huge strides.
Yeah, they were talking about how AI can help doctors
Mhm.
like detect cancer way earlier.
Oh, yeah, by analyzing images and data way faster and more accurately than a human ever could.
It's mind-blowing.
It is. It's like having this incredible tool that can spot things we might miss.
Totally. And it's not just, spotting cancer. They were talking about how AI can like personalize education too.
Hey, that's a game changer.
Right. Imagine like AI tutors that adapt to how each student learns best.
That's like having a custom-made education for everyone.
It could be huge,
Yeah.
especially for people who don't have access to, traditional learning.
Absolutely. It could democratize education in a way we've never seen before.
Totally. But okay, so we've talked about all the good stuff,
The bright side.
the bright side. Now let's get into
Yeah,
the flip side, the
that's the
concerns,
dark side
because there are definitely some valid worries out there.
for sure. I mean, job displacement is a big one, right?
Yeah. That came up a lot in the discussion. Like,
Yeah.
if AI can automate so many tasks,
Mm-hmm.
what happens to all the workers?
Yeah. And it's not just like blue collar jobs either. It's white collar jobs too. Like anything that can be automated is potentially at risk.
Kind of a scary thought.
It is, but it's also an opportunity, to think about how we can adapt and focus on skills that complement AI.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, it's not about fighting against AI. It's about figuring out how to.
Exactly.
That's partnership.
Right, a partnership. Okay, so another big concern they brought up is bias.
Oh, yeah. Algorithmic bias. That's a big one.
Right, because if the algorithms themselves are biased, then the AI is just going to.
Perpetuate those biases.
Yeah.
Yeah. And amplify them even.
Yeah, and they gave this example of like, imagine you're applying for a job
Right.
and you get rejected not because you're not qualified, but because
Because of some hidden bias in the algorithm. Yeah.
it's messed up. It is, and it's a real danger, and that's why transparency in AI is so important. We need to be able to see how these algorithms are making decisions.
Totally. And then there's this whole other level of like AI that they were talking about, AGI.
Yeah, artificial general intelligence. That's the really futuristic stuff.
Right. So for people who don't know, AGI is like AI that can
You
basically,
think like a human, it can solve problems,
right.
learn, adapt.
And some people are saying that AGI could be like the biggest threat to humanity.
Yeah, Elon Musk has been pretty vocal about that.
Right. He's like,
So-
whoa, slow down, people.
He's saying we need to be really careful because if we create AI that's smarter than us, who knows what could happen?
It's like straight out of a sci-fi movie.
Right, but it's a possibility we have to consider.
Yeah. It's definitely food for thought.
Hmm.
So, okay, we've talked about the good, the bad, the potentially apocalyptic.
Right, the whole spectrum.
Where do we go from here?
Well, I think the main takeaway from this discussion is that the future of AI isn't set in stone.
Okay.
It's not predetermined. It's
Yeah.
up to us to shape it.
So it's not like a runaway train.
No, we're still at the controls.
Okay, that's a little reassuring.
Yeah, and that's why it's so important to be having these conversations, to be thinking about the ethical implication
Mhm.
of AI and to be working together to ensure that it's developed responsibly.
Right. And I think they made a really good point about how everyone has a role to play in this.
Absolutely. It's not just up to the experts or the policymakers.
Right. We all need to be informed.
We need to be asking questions. We need to be engaged.
Yeah, because this is going to affect all of us.
It's going to touch every aspect of our lives.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave you with this thought.
Okay.
What role do you want AI to play in your life, in your community, in the world?
Yeah.
Because ultimately, it's up to us to decide what the future of AI looks like.
It's a collective effort for sure.
Yeah, so let's make it a good one.
Absolutely.
All right, thanks for joining us for this deep dive on AI, and we'll see you next time for another one.